Jussie Smollett had all charges dropped. What is your expert opinion on this situation? Was Jussie lying, or was justice served? You been following that?
Yeah, kinda, because, it's kind of a stupid thing, but, a crime that doesn't really have a victim, I think is blown way out of proportion by the media because he's a celebrity. But whatever they did, they must not have had enough evidence to convict him and take him to trial, because they'd love to, the criminal justice system is just what that is, criminal justice, and they love to pick on celebrities. So, he walked away with a slap on the hands, and I'm sure if they'd had enough solid, concrete evidence that they'd have prosecuted him, but they didn't.
So you don't feel like he's getting off easy because he's a celebrity? You think it's the opposite, that he's getting treated more harshly because he's still a celebrity?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, anybody else that said false police report, $25 fine, but they blew this up across the country. These news, some of this fake news, they tried it on a celebrity. They want your job. They want to destroy your personal and family life, and they want to try to make sure you never work again. And of course they blow it up because, you read about it and they get ratings. Right now in America, they pick on anybody that gets any kind of recognition. It's just like the girls that paid allegedly for, their kids to go to college, or gave a little extra money to be treated maybe a little better. Their bonds are $200,000, bro. Murderers get out for less. Murderers get out for less. Sexual assault on a child gets out for less. What a crock of crap that was. So any kind of celebrity, they're going to pay double or triple than a normal non-celebrity.
Now, what about Jussie's story, though? I mean, do you believe his story that he was attacked by these racist, Trump supporters? I mean, does that seem, from your expert opinion, does that seem like it's a credible story?
The Klansmen tried to say they were Trump supporters. Anything that they can get against President Trump, they're going to use. This was not rated as a crime. It's a misdemeanor. It's a nothing deal. But again, they blew it up so hard. So, I feel so sorry for the guy. And if he made that stuff up and did all that, then, he's already said he was sorry, and he's already, get paid for it, in quadruple. So, I think it's kind of a waste of time to even, complain about it. You know what I mean?
What was your response when you heard about celebrities like Loughlin, being involved in college admission scandal? Was this news to you, or were you aware that celebrities pay to have their kids, pay their way into college?
Who would have ever known that's illegal? Who would have ever known that if you, pay extra for your kid because you may have extra? Who ever knew that? You know what I mean? So the guys, the district attorney, the judges, the prosecutors, whoever went after them, I'd like to see where their kids are at. No, I'm telling you, bro, a judge's kid, what do you mean? He's in college? A prosecutor's child, they're in college. I guarantee you there was some kind of favors, whether it was cash or, we'll drop charges on, it is so outrageous. One was $300,000 or something. $250,000. Are you out of your freaking mind? What a crock. And, it surprises me that it's in the federal system. And the state system, though, is the same way, okay? Bonds on celebrities are outrageous. And you get a regular person that's a non-celebrity, and they walk away. Because, California, possession of heroin is a misdemeanor. Possession of heroin is a misdemeanor. So, yet these, ladies allegedly paid a little extra for their kid to, what the hell? No one was hurt. Like I said, there was no victims. The judges want to get in the news Remember O.J. Simpson's judge? You know, ever since that, these judges want to get in the news and they want to, you know, someday run for another office. And I mean, there's all the motivation behind it is not justice. Okay. The motivation behind that kind of stuff is personal gain. Wow. It's just like minorities are treated a whole different than non-minorities. They're treated, you get a white boy arrested with a, you know, quarter bag of pot and he's going to be charged with minor possession. You get a black guy arrested, he's going to be charged with possession, intent to sell, this and that, you know, still in the justice system is not fair. Okay. So it's not a fair system.
So there are a lot of allegations of racism in law enforcement. Do you feel that have you witnessed a lot of racism in law enforcement, or do you feel like that's just an excuse?
Well, you know, 10, 15 years ago, I think I witnessed some. But now that cops are wearing body cameras and, you know, Big Ben, that big camera with the eye on it, it's a lot different, bruh. You are being recorded and so is the person you're after or whatever all the time. And just naturally, you know, the cops don't do like they used to do.
So body cameras have helped, you know, deter a lot of the racial profiling.
Absolutely. You get a minority guy coming at you with a knife, right? And you kill him dead. What a sissy cop that is. Sissy. You could have tased that guy. You could have pulled out your baton that you wear. You know, they wear these belts with all these freaking weapons, right? Non-lethal. And you pull a gun on a cop, you're committing cop suicide. But you got a knife or you got a cell phone in your hand or you're running from the law and they kill you, shoot you in the back, you know, in the back of the head, not in the back. You don't think these cops go to classes to learn how to shoot? Why couldn't you shoot them in the leg or the butt? But no, you got to pick the back where the heart is or the back of the head. So they're just punks that are sissies that can't that's pure sissies. They're scared to death. So I'm really upset about that because I've arrested 8,000 men and now the count they say is more. Never, ever have I killed anyone or even used a real gun. I use, right now we're concentrating on pepper ball guns and they are, air with a little marble. That thing will put a mule to his knees. I've shot several guys with weapons coming at me, boom, 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 and they're down.
A lot of it does happen to young black males, you know, as far as the killings. So you feel like that could be racially motivated because it's so unnecessary?
Well, absolutely, bro. You know, take a white guy and do the same. They don't do that. They'll shoot a white guy if you got a gun or something, but you come out, oh, he had a cell phone in his hand. I haven't heard about that in a white guy yet, or they don't publicize it. And every young black kid doesn't have a gun. You know, come on.
Right.
I mean, all that have been killed have not, oh, he was a gangbanger, belonged to, you know, the this, the that. He was a banger. Don't say that. What was wrong is his color. So, you know, again, all them cops that do that are nothing but sissies. They should be driving school buses and not carrying guns.
Did you vote for Donald Trump, and what are your thoughts on him as president?
The reason why there's a curtain when you vote is because it's between you and God. So, and now, how's he doing as president? Well, I think he's doing a pretty bang-up job. I know that there needs to be a wall. 85% of the drugs, fentanyl, heroin, and cocaine come from Mexico. If that wall stops a quarter of the drugs coming through, it's going to save lives. Hi, this is Dog the Bounty Hunter, and you're listening to the Dominic Natty Show.